Is Hinduism the root of Nazism, as Sheldon Pollock has alleged? Did Hitler also think so?
Well, the last question is the easiest. Hitler hated India. And he's quite explicit about that, though not very loquacious, because, I mean, he says his point very firmly, and that will do. And there are, of course, also testimonies by others that he gave a very negative opinion of the Hindus that he met, and especially of Subhash Chandra Bose. Though in his meeting with Bose, he was fairly diplomatic, though much less so than his foreign minister von Ribbentrop, who was very flattering to Bose and so on. And tried also, he prepared his talks, he knew about India and what nerve to touch with Bose. So Hitler was quite blunt, but nevertheless not as blunt as he was behind his back. And so he had no good opinion about this Indian army. Then, more fundamentally, he spoke, of course, in favor of the Aryan invasion theory, and he applied it to explain the nature of the Indian people. He said, well, you see, they are the miserable, unfortunate result of the mixing of our superior Aryan blood with that of these aboriginals. And so the result is that they are some kind of second Jewish race. He says that very explicitly. He makes that comparison very explicit. The Hindus are like the Jews. And that is not meant as a compliment in the mouth of Hitler, as you can see. So at any rate, you see, they're the result of Einwanderung, of immigration, and then mixing. And so, you see, he doesn't want to be reminded. And the whole idea that the Aryans could have been brown and then penetrating into white territory is totally foreign to him. Okay, so that much for Hitler. Hitler was not a lover of India. Now, Pollock's thesis is, well, a bit special. Well, it's not a bit special. In fact, it only explicitates what most Indologists do. I mean, the Aryan invasion theory became general around 1860. And so ever since, most scholars have never known anything else. And even till today, they assume that the homeland was somewhere in Russia, Ukraine, Kazakhstan perhaps, but at any rate not India, and that therefore necessarily Sanskrit can have come in India only by immigration. Violent or non-violent, but at any rate immigration. So he's also one of those. And so when you read what he says about this immigration and so on, he himself has no idea that it could be otherwise, but he does know about the Out of India theory because he attributes it totally falsely to the Nazis. So this is completely at variance with not just what Hitler said, but what was taught in the Nazi school books. I mean, Rassenkunde, you see, race science was a very important topic in Nazi schools and in Nazi culture in general. And so there's no such Nazi textbook that teaches that the origin was in India. Of course not. So he does say that here and there, though he also, there is an exception in his text. So clearly he's on unsure ground. Anyway, about that, we're used to people thinking that there was an Aryan invasion and all that. We won't fuss too much about it.